Hey guys, come on in. It's Sunday, none day. As in, I will have none of that. Come on down. It's optional Sunday, but I'm here. It's the last day of the sprint, so I want to be an encouragement to you. Make sure that you're staying the course, and also, Sundays are great days. It's my kale day. I always wear kale on Sunday. It's no bra, hot melt mix in my glass. It's all good in the hood. Come on in. It's a big writing day for me. So I'm going to spend the day writing. There's Gwen, and I'm going to spend the day writing and getting ready for Monday. This is what we're talking about. So come on in. I see people slowly in slow-mo coming in. Who is here? Nobody has said hello yet. I don't know. Should I be offended? Should I cry? Should I what? Here they come. Hello, hello. Say hello. Let me know where you are. What's going on? Where are you in the world? I know Gwen is here. Gwen wasn't expecting me today. Nobody's expecting me today. But there we go. I'm here anyway. There's Cassie. I also see Jenny and Helen. Yes, it's my usual day. It's like Sunday's optional. It's a none day. We don't know what Leanne's going to do we? Hi, Kathy. I'm so glad you stopped in. And Denise. I'm here because today is the last day of the sprint, and I want to say to you, hold the course. You have tomorrow at this time, you'll be done. And just getting through something and completing it from beginning to end is something I think that we all need to be able to tuck into our I did it gold star category, right? We all need a gold star in something. And doing something with just 7 days and completing it, getting results is really uplifting, isn't it? I think it's incredible. And so that's why I am inviting you to, join me today. There's my girls, Susie and Suzanne. Hello. So it's Surprise Sunday. You're right, Kathy. Exactly. It's Surprise Sunday. Kathy's been with me for a while. I hope, Kathy, you're coming to our event. We have an event happening here in Brevard, North Carolina, the Bloom event, and it's happening on April 18th. Kathy's been to one of my workshops before, and she was just a love. I want her to come. I want you to come. Hi, Laura. Did you see that game, by the way, you guys, yesterday? You Carolina fans, and even some Duke fans, I know. It was just really sad. But anyway, last minute, lost by 1 point in overtime. It was pretty incredible. We watched it with absolute aghastness, if there's such a thing. So sharing this video is one of the ways that we get people into our community that need this, because today what I'm going to be talking to you about is maybe sometimes we need to have, oh yay, Kathy, new low, yay, I love that. A new low as in her weight, that's good. And you love the workshops? Well, I loved having you in my workshop, so thank you so much for coming. But one of the things that we do, in our community is that it is a lift each other up kind of a thing. And sometimes it's a little tough love. Just ask anybody that I am coaching. I'm kind. I'm not harsh. At least that's my thing is this year is I just don't want to be harsh, but I don't want to not be a truth teller. And sometimes you need to face the truth, and it's not pretty. That's what we're going to talk about today. Okay? That's what we're going to talk about today. And it's touchy territory because nobody's going to want to hear this, really. I promise you. Nobody's really going to want to hear this and embrace it. But it's important. This is how we create space to grow. We can't create space to grow if we're fooling ourselves. We can't have the space to become all that we're supposed to be if we're blinded by our own whatever and really need a little bit of a shakeup to get to the truth. We have a tendency to kind of shape things the way we want to see them sometimes and give ourselves a great big pass when really what we need to do is give ourselves a great big talking to. This is what we're going to talk about today. In the meantime, I already mentioned this, but please save the date. April 18th is our Take Back Your Life workshop. We start actually on Friday. If you're smart, you'll be there for the VIP meet and greet, which is going to be really fun with dry farm wines, with appetizers that I'm going to make with my own hot little hands just for you. And it's going to be really great having all the gals in. To find out more, go to savingdinner.com/bloom. All the information is there and you can sign up. We also have a free shipping code. All you have to do is put Fibermender in your cart. It's probably going to say that it is we're out of it right now, that it's on back order, but it's ordered, it's coming in. We should get it like Tuesday, this week. So don't let that stop you. We constantly have things coming through, and our stuff goes fast. We keep it. We keep it coming though. We keep it coming. We're not going to leave you in the lurch. So if you put Fibermender in your cart, you can order anything else. You can order a bazillion things and it will ship free. All you have to remember is to put ships free, all one word, in the little checkout code. There's a place for the code. You'll see the little window. Use that window and you can order 20 things. Yesterday I said 18. Today I'm saying 20. You can order as much as you want. And I promise you, you will get it for no shipping charge whatsoever. You just have to live in the United States. We can't do that to Canada or the other countries in this world, unfortunately. It's not my fault. It's the United States Postal Service and everybody else, and customs and this, that, and the other thing. What am I drinking? I get this question every single day. It's hot melt mix, you guys. Hot melt mix. This is a needle mover. Ask Emily. Emily just gave us a testimonial on this. Using this has helped her to start really losing the last of her weight. The stuff's amazing. This is exogenous ketones, so it keeps you in ketosis, and MCT oil and electrolytes that you need. Makes you feel good. Gets you out of the low carb flu and over that bridge into fat burning mode. We all like fat burning mode. Now, remember I just asked you about sharing? If you share, you care. And guess what? Sharing brings people into our community and also might make you a Mindful Mug owner. Yes, sir. Mindful Mug is where we put in some bone broth before a meal so that we can bring ourselves back to center and understand that we are about to embark on this beautiful meal that we've just created, or even if we're in a restaurant, we could do this before we leave. And it keeps us mindful of not going into automatic pilot and eating bites the size of our heads and wolfing our food down like Hoover vacuum cleaners and eating way too much and going past full and into Thanksgiving full. We don't want to do that anymore. We want to be mindful eaters. And our Mindful Mug reminds us it's time to take a minute and to assess and situate, be grateful, have a gracious attitude toward our food, toward our companions at the table so they don't have to look at our tonsils as we're wolfing down that food. I'm talking from experience, you guys. I know about this stuff too well. All right, one thing I want to show you too is people are asking me, but the cravings, L-glutamine to the rescue. This stuff is amazing. I put it in a little dish. I put it on my teeth and gums and tongue, and it obliterates the craving. That's how it works. It's a physiological thing. I learned about this from a psychiatrist who deals only with addicts. And whatever that is, that area of the brain that gets all lit up, L-glutamine cuts it off at the knees. We like that. We've got people in here using it. Listen, if you're a junkie like me, a carb junkie, and you understand the addictive properties of food and that you want to get off the carousel of crazy, this is your substance. This will help you. This is a tool. And also, I just want to tell you about, there it is, Perfect Paleo Protein. We have the Collagen Challenge coming up on February 17th. All the information will be going out on our email. You can get this free. All you have to do is order your Perfect Paleo Protein. We have tons in the shop. Just get it ordered. Get it ordered so you can participate in this. We'll send you the plan for free. If you don't want to, or if you live in another country and you have another source, then there is a charge for it, but it's very reasonable. There's all kinds of stuff there, fabulous recipes. It will show you by the time you're done with it, wow, how did I live without this collagen? How did I live without this? Because it does make you feel that good, especially if you've ever had joint issues or anything else. It's just really amazing. All right, I gave you everything. And don't forget, Friday is our Q&A. So if you have questions about nutrition, cooking, whatever, All you have to do is send them into support@savingdinner.com. In the subject line, put question for Leanne on Friday. Cool? All right. That's it. I did all of it, you guys. I'm just blitzing through it. Can you see this? This is our quote of the week. We start with it on Saturday. Let's get that a little more straight. There it is. You are built not to shrink down to less, but to blossom into more. Oprah said that. Blossom into more. And when I saw this, that's when I went, I know exactly the name of our event. It's going to be Full Bloom, because if we're blossoming, that means everything is opening up. The possibilities, our hearts, our souls, our minds, we are becoming more. And that's what we want to do. We want to become more. If we're here on a purpose, then that means that there is a mission for us on this earth. If we're here selected by God to be living here right now, in this day, in this place, surrounded by the people that we're surrounded by, there is a reason for existence. And that reason is for you to find what it is. We have to discover that. And it is a matter of discovery. But I do know this, that, and we talked about this a little bit yesterday in Soulful Saturday, that what you think about expands. So as you put your focus on your purpose, things will start to fall into place. I promise you. It happened to me. It happened to Marla. It's happened to so many women that I know, that as you put your mind around the fact that you have been selected and chosen to be here at this time, you will find your purpose. Your purpose will pop. The people, the places, the resources, the things, the ideas will all come to you. You will at that point become a magnet, and all those things start to come to you. Isn't that so exciting? I hope that lights you up, because I want you to blossom into all that you are supposed to be. This is my call in life, I believe, is to bring women to that place of understanding. You know, it's not an elitist thing to say, I want you to bloom into more and to develop into all that you're supposed to be. It's not. And it's not a thing for just some people over here and some people over there. It's for all of us. If we are on this earth, there is a reason, there is a purpose, and you have a mission. What it is exactly, I don't know. That's not for me to know, but that's for you to find out. And my whole thing is I want to give you tools so that you can understand that. I want to get you out of thinking the downward cycles of thinking. I want to get you into thinking about things that are uplifting and that bring your heart joy, that ignite that power that's been put inside of you by God Himself, so that you can see it as well. It's not just me saying it's there, it's there, it's there, but it's inside of you and you're feeling it for maybe the first time. Yeah? Spend some time on that. You're worth the time. You're worth the effort. Isn't that true? You're worth the effort. So, when I say we'll have none, oh, by the way, one other thing. This stuff, when you order Perfect Paleo Protein, we send you 90 recipes for this. 90. That's a lot. I just wanted to let you know that's for free. We send those out. So FYI. All right, now let's talk about this. Have you ever been in a place of an intervention? Have you ever been in an intervention, been a part of an intervention? I have. And it was one of the most, God, what's the word for it? It shook me to my core to be a part of this, because it was for a family member, and I knew it wasn't going to go well, but I knew at the same time that it had to happen, because there was, you know, all kinds of evidence that it wasn't going well in this particular family member's life. And so the intervention needed to happen. This particular family member stormed off, and that was the end of it, until much later, when this person decided that it was time to get it together. Seeds were planted, I think, from this whole thing. Seeds were planted. But I just want to talk a little bit just about what an intervention is, and the frightening aspect of it, the seeds that are planted, and how it eventually grows the garden that needs to be grown. And I'm not talking about, going and doing an intervention on a family member right now. I'm talking about doing an intervention on yourself. Because I think we all need to have that happen at some point, because we all have areas of blindness. We see things that we want to see. We believe things that we want to believe. And when we are blinded to our own stuff, we can't become the fullness of who we're supposed to be. Not that we're going to see things ever perfectly. There's a Bible verse that I used to see things darkly. Do you remember that? And it was talking about looking through glass, looking through glass and not seeing the full picture. Well, we always have an opportunity to pull back, and open that window and look out and really see what's what. And I'm telling you this because of my own personal intervention that I had this week. When I told you I decided that my fitness just wasn't where I wanted it to be or what it used to be. And not being fit was just it was playing with my head, playing with my body, and also made me feel like I am less of an example than I need to be, and it's time to step up to the plate. So we always are in this place, and like with any intervention, you've got to start from the beginning. And you need to do a plan and some research, like, so what's going on here? And that's precisely what I did. I took a look at, what was going on here. I knew what I weighed, and it wasn't exactly what I wanted, but, I know that I had lost 15 pounds, and I felt really good since the summer. And my blood test came back great, but it wasn't, it was like, yeah, there's just a little bit of a muffin top here, and I'm not quite liking all this, that, and the other, all this, the head noise that goes on. So the part that I started to think about was like, what's the missing piece? What's going on here? Well, you can see right behind me, right over my shoulder, I've got my little trampoline going on. And then on the other side, I've got that little bike over there. I've also got a Vibe plate. I've got a stepper. I've got all these things in here. And yes, I use them. I can use the flights going up and down the stairs. And I have these like wimpy weights sitting on my desk, which can do something with, I've been using a YouTube exercise to do it. But it just wasn't enough, and I wasn't getting the results. And sometimes it would be easy to kind of, I'm in a hurry today. I'm just going to do this really fast. And that's when I decided, we were out shopping, and Mark had mentioned it was time to, he wanted to get into shape. He felt like he had lost his strength, and I could see it a little bit in him. He's always had a very nice physique, but it's if you don't use it, you lose it, right? And so we said, yeah, at our age, this is something that's important, because especially for women, upper body strength is a thing. There are women who fall down and can't get back up. We can make fun of those commercials all we want, but honestly, without upper body strength, you're going to be sitting on that floor, not being able to get yourself back up. It was one of the big things that I used to talk to my mom about. My mom was this big around. She was teeny tiny, my height, and weighed about 120 pounds, but she had no muscle on her at all. And I had her doing exercises with cans of tomatoes and all kinds of stuff, but she did it, sometimes she did it, sometimes she didn't. And, then when she really got sick, there was no, that wasn't going to be working. So my intervention with myself was when Mark and I decided to join this one particular gym after doing all of our research, because you have to plan and research things, right? So I did. I looked at it, and you know what I saw? They had this anytime workout place, and they're all over the country. So if I travel, that's great, because I can, use their gym. And they had this little plate that you got on that assessed your body, not just your weight, but it zipped all the way through you, and it told you what your bone mass was, your fat mass, your muscle mass, all your masses. It also did like this weird 3D picture of you. And when it came back, I looked at that and went, okay here, what is this? Because I thought I looked better than I did. And I didn't think that I had the fat mass that I did, because I did something at home. But that was the truth that I needed to see. That was my intervention. And at that point, when you have the information, you can no longer deny it. So you need to assemble at that point a team of what you're going to put together to help you to not be in that place of where you don't want to be. Now, interventions oftentimes are for food addictions. Well, food addictions very much play into my life. I have dealt with them for years, since I was in I would say probably my 20s. And there's always an excuse to go back and to dip your toe into the forbidden pool, isn't there? There's always well, just this once. Well, maybe just a little bit. Well, this one slice won't hurt. Oh, it's okay. You know what? Give yourself a pass. It was a thing. It was this, that, and the other thing. We always have a reason. We have an excuse. We have a whatever. And sometimes we think we can, well, this is healthy. This is a healthy muffin, No, well, a muffin is just, like my friend JJ says, a muffin's just another name for a cupcake, with a healthy shield around it. And we know what it is. So with all of that information, it's time to step up to what the truth is and what you need to look at in your life. And for me, the missing piece is, the addiction thing is I have to be on my toes with that. Just have to. And I do go off the rails. I have gone off the rails. We went to Lake Tahoe. I was pretty good, but a couple of times. And then I always feel awful the next day or the next week when we get home and we get on the scale and I'm like, oh, here we go again. And what is that about? Why is it that we keep playing with forbidden fruit? We keep putting our toe into that place where we know what's on the other side of that. We can't swim, but we go ahead and we voluntarily throw ourselves into the pool. I do it all the time. Well, I don't do it all the time. I do it less and less and less, but I'm not to the point of just never doing it. Pretty much I'm pretty good about I would say I'm 99% of the way there on when it comes to sweet stuff, because sweet stuff that's a real old addiction. But carbs, I'll play with them every once in a while. I'll have a hamburger. I want that bun. I'm not going to lie. I want that bun. But the bun doesn't love me back. I love the bun, but the bun doesn't love me back. And I pay for it the next day. I hurt. I have pain. I have weight gain. I have inflammation. It does me no good. So what's the point? Why do we play with fire? Why do we play with fire? And we just think that for that 1 minute, it's going to be okay. And then boom, we're burned and it hurts. It hurts. That's when we have to have an intervention. We have to call out the truth. The truth is this doesn't work. The truth is it's painful. It hurts you. It's always going to turn on you and you're not going to get a pass. You can hope and think, woo, I hope just this once it didn't, do what it does on the scale or makes me feel like that. But the fact is, let's call it for what it is. This is an intervention time. Jesus said the truth will set you free. Is he right? I think he's right. I think that is true. If the truth will set you free, tell the truth to yourself. That's where I am right now. The truth is I am not in shape. The truth is I have more fat on me than I thought, because I didn't just get on the scale, I got on something that analyzed my entire body and it showed me exactly where I was. The truth is I got in, I did that Sprint 8 thing yesterday, which, I did pretty good on. It wore me out though. I did everything that I could. And remember, I was sweating for hours afterwards, but it was a good thing for me to do. But on the other hand, it was also part of my intervention, my fitness intervention. Girlfriend, you are not where you thought you were. We need that, don't we? We need that. And we need that from our community. We need to know what the truth is about what we have going on in our lives. It's time for an intervention. And the interventions are never beating around the bush. The interventions tell the truth. And if you're not telling yourself the truth, then you're not going to get to where you want to go. You're not going to get all of this stupid clutter out of your life and get off the carousel of crazy so that you can find your purpose, so that you can find your mission. It will not happen. You're going to be stuck in this mindset, and this constant going around and around in circles. Doesn't it make you nuts? Aren't you ready for an intervention? Do you know what to say to yourself about it? Do you know what to say? Now, there is a huge divide between telling yourself the truth and beating yourself up. Beating yourself up is never going to do you any good, ever. You can't do that. When you beat yourself up and it's just, self-flagellation or whatever, what are you doing? Are you accomplishing anything? What's your plan now, right? It's just one more thing to take you down that spiral into the ground, or you can change it up and decide that, okay, now I am going to learn the lesson because this is what it's telling me. I've talked to you about this before. This is not new stuff, but it's important. If we can't get to this place of understanding what the truth really is and quit excusing ourselves, quit making rationalizations up and quit going back and forth, we got to stop. It's a cycle. You recognize it, right? You've seen it before. Man, if you grew up in an alcoholic home, you know what it looks like, right? Don't do this anymore to yourself. Stop for a minute. Have a moment of reflection and take a look at what's going on. What untruth are you telling yourself? Where is the intervention? What do you need to face? What do you need to come to terms with and understand that this is not the truth, that you are just fooling yourself? I'll tell you, one of the best things, and I wrote it in my journal, one of the best things that I have ever done for myself was get on that little weird scale thing at Workout Anytime here in Brevard, North Carolina. My eyes bugged out of my head. Really? That's me? Really? That's my silhouette? Really? Those are my measurements? Because I was pretty kind. I was even lying on the measurements. I do my measurement. I'm going, hey, I'm doing pretty good. Nope. I've got the truth. I've got a truthful tell of what's actually going on. I didn't do it. Somebody else did and showed me, this is it, Leanne. This is your weight. This is the fat of your body fat percentage. This is your muscle. These are your bones. And these are all your measurements. This is what it is, girl. I needed that. I needed that because it flipped my thinking. Just this once. No, ma'am. It's okay. I'll have this glass of wine. No, ma'am. It's not that. I need to be on it 100% of the time right now, or at least 99% of the time, right? I have to stop making excuses. I have to be on it. I have to be on it. I have a goal. I have a whole new goal now. And something that, I didn't have before. But I needed to see that. I needed to have the help. And you know what? For me, it was like, I need professional help. I know that sounds really sad, but I did. And I hired on the spot this woman who's from New York, and she barks orders. She's like a drill sergeant because I need that right now. Does everybody? No, I'm not giving a blanket prescription to everybody. This is what you need. I know what I need based on who I am. I need that right now. I need solid discipline, solid direction, and I need a professional to come in and say, yes, do it this way. No, you're doing it wrong. That's what I need. We all need a coach. We need somebody who's on our side, who has the guts to tell us that's wrong. You need to pull that out. Do this instead. We all need that. We all need Amy said, I need a drill sergeant too. Well, you got me, Amy. You got me. I'm in your corner. And we all need a buddy. We need a buddy. We need somebody that we can have accountability with. Accountability is so underrated. We give accountability kind of a pass, and we think we are accountable. Well, are we? Are we really truly accountable? Or are we just kind of, giving each other passes and, oh, it's okay. And it's just like, it's all really soft and fluffy. I'm not talking about Jillian Michaels. If you've ever seen her on whatever that show was, Biggest Loser. I thought she was horrible. You know, it's one thing to be tough, but it's another thing to be a horrible human being. You don't need to be a horrible human being to somebody. Some of the stuff that's just come out of her mouth lately, you know, has just been insane. You know, you know, with that, the guy, I don't even know his name, from the Today Show, and just really putting him down with his keto diet. You know, junk like that, I cannot get behind. We have to have, you know, a little bit of elasticity, if you will, for each other, a little flexibility and a little bit of love. But we also can't pamper each other and just say, oh, it's okay, honey, and just pat it all up and just keep it all the same. If we want the change that we say we do, it's time to get tough. It's time for an intervention. Don't beat yourself up, but just find your path of what the truth is. The truth shows you. The truth is everything. And if you find yourself kind of shucking and jiving and hiding and kind of pretending, standing a little bit, you know, like I was, standing at the mirror going, yeah, I look pretty good. And oh, look, I'm down a size in these jeans. The truth is entirely different than the truth that you tell yourself. We're all like that. We're a little too gentle on ourselves, or we're a little too hard on ourselves. There's a middle ground there of truth telling, creating a plan, and just going forward. We can at any point unplug the emotion that comes with telling the truth. That doesn't mean you have to hurt someone's feelings. It doesn't mean that you have to beat someone up for it. It just means this is what the truth is. This is. So if your body clutter buddy says to you, well, you know, we're going out to dinner and, you know, I'm going to have cheesecake and this, that, and the other thing. And you're saying, why are you going to do that? If you're the other person's body clutter buddy and you're accountable, it's your, instead of just shutting up and just, oh, yay, have a fun time, step up and say, why do you want to do that? You've just confessed to me how hard it is with sugar, and this is a thing, and that, you know, blah, 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 blah. Be willing to not just toe the line, but go over it and bring your buddy back. Reality is an ugly thing sometimes, but reality is the truth. And the truth is what sets us free. And if we can understand that, and that we can get a starting place on that and make a plan, take the emotion out of it, for heaven's sakes, and stop beating yourself up, then things can change. And that's what I've done this week. I have a 3-month schedule of working out with this woman 3 times a week. She's going to kick my butt. And that is, I'm giving her grand permission to do so. Grand permission. I also am going to give her my food journals and show her my food journals. I have more nutrition knowledge than she has, but it doesn't matter. It's not a contest. It's about accountability. This woman is a professional and she gets it. Now, I have disagreements with her. I mean, she had a big bowl of oatmeal that she had for breakfast, and I was like, oh, girl, that's the wrong thing to be eating. But that's fine. That's fine. I'm still going to be accountable. And that accountability is going to set me free once and for all. Once and for all. The carousel of crazy is nothing that I want in my life for me, for you, or for anyone that I love and care about. The carousel of crazy takes up way too much time in your head and in your life, and it stops us dead in our tracks and doesn't give us the room that we need to expand the borders of our hearts, expand our life's vision, and become all that we want to become. We get stuck on that carousel. And if we're on that carousel, we are not participating full out in our lives, are we? It's incredible. So that's it for today. I just want you to have a little bit of an intervention. Have some downtime today and really think about, what is it that you're not telling the truth about yourself? Where are you blind? And if you need to, ask your body clutter buddy to come alongside and to give you some insight, or somebody else to give you some insight. And then promise me this: you're not going to have your feelings hurt. You're not going to do everything. Ask them to be kind, but don't take the emotion out of it. Save your emotion for things that are worth your time. like celebrating somebody's big accomplishment in life, or crying at a wedding, or feeling the pain of losing someone. But not on this stuff. This stuff is data points, right? It's data points, and those data points can be related into what's going on in our lives. And it can make a big, fat difference. I promise you, the truth will set you free. So do that. And today is the last day of the sprint. Hold on to yourself. You've got this. 7 days. Now is not the time to go and just let it all go at brunch, or go, find yourself. Mark wanted a Bloody Mary this morning. Didn't happen. Didn't happen. It was like, no, day 7 of the sprint, not going to happen. So today is your day. It's your day. This is a prep day. Get ready for the week. Make sure you have what you need, but start thinking in really big terms. Get that journal out. Pray, meditate, and go deep within and find your blind spots. Find them, call them out, and let's get you back on the road to your goals, the vision of the life that you want to lead. No one else's but yours. That's what I got for you today. Peace out. And don't forget, ships free is the code. All you have to do is put Fibermender in your cart and you get that code, okay? Tomorrow we have a new product of the week, and you guys are the best. I really enjoy being with you. I will see you tomorrow. Thanks for joining me today. And don't forget, share. If you share, you care, and maybe you'll win a Mindful mug. I appreciate you guys. Bye-bye.